is. Phil, it is Friday. It's not sure what in the park, but it's always a beautiful day for a ball game here. Right? Chris, Three times a year during our games, and our venue, as you say, is a great location. I mean, down the hall from us today, one of our York County community organizations is hosting events. We have over 150 events per year. We have all the we strive help build the community. You know, I was involved in building what is now WellSpan Park 20 years ago, bringing it to York. We all come to more than a baseball stadium, and when we say that, and I think
well, obviously, I love talking about I also love talking about baseball. Beautiful. It was a packed stadium.
right.
How is the season going so far? What can people look forward to at the York Revolution?
Well, I looked just this morning, and we're in first place in our division on the field, so that's a good thing.
Yep.
The team is down in High Point, North Carolina for the weekend. We have 3 games next week against the Evil Empire over there in Lancaster, and then the team's back home next weekend. Our big investment for this year is our new video board that you
love
referenced.
it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's fantastic. We've upgraded everything about our AV systems here at the ballpark, new cameras, new everything, really designed to enhance the fan experience, as well as allow us to serve our advertisers better, because honestly, we could not do what we do for the York community without the support of the people who do business with us, whether those are businesses, individuals, groups, that kind of thing. So the season is off to a great start. We got all kinds of cool stuff coming. Fireworks every Saturday night, except one Saturday night, July 5th. We're going to do our first ever post-game family movie on that big screen, so that ought to be a lot of fun as well.
That is going to be incredible, actually.
Yeah.
Eric, thank you so much. I know you're a busy guy. We're going to cut you loose, but most importantly, thank you for letting us do this crazy live stream here.
Yeah, of course.
Really appreciate it. Wouldn't want to do it anywhere else. And a beautiful backdrop here in New York City.
Very good. Thanks, Phil. Thanks for everything you do.
All right, Chris. Man, we are very close to the $900,000 threshold. $897,000 raised, 4,790 gifts here in York County for 311 organizations so far. Chris, we have a jam-packed hour. I'm going to put on my headphones because I know we've got Gwen from the Rail Trail Authority ready.
Indeed we do. You see me scrambling over here a little bit. We're trying to keep the breeze going. Boy, there's a lot going on here, Philip. It's a busy day. But yes, we have Gwen ready to rock and roll. So I tell you what, let's just throw right to it here. I gotta press the right button. There they are.
Hello. Gwen, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Well, you're looking great. Oh, there you are. How's it going, guys? I love that you have your helmets on already. You guys are ready to go for the day.
We are ready to go.
It is a beautiful day to be on the York County Rail Trail. And obviously, you know, I think that most people probably listening right now are familiar with the rail trail, familiar with interacting with the rail trail, but the people, the faces behind it that keep that going, let's talk about it. So for those that are not familiar with the Rail Trail Authority, tell us a little bit about it.
Well, the Rail Trail Authority is about the smallest government agency that you can possibly have. We have 2 part-time employees and we have 10 volunteers who serve on the board. And we are the ones who work very hard, 365 days a year, to build new miles of rail trail.
Well, and so you have a $20,000 goal this year, $3,275 raised. I will say you guys are probably going to be interrupted here in just a second by a woo from Bob Pulo because we're about to cross $900,000 raised.
Wow.
So you touched on this a little bit. Oh, there we are. Just crossed $900,000 for New York 2024. So you talked a little bit about it. This is a 365-day-a-year operation, right? The rail trail exists whether it is snowing or whether it is sunny. Yep. So talk a little bit about that and how these funds are so important to the work that you do.
Let's start with how important the funds are. Even though we're a government agency, we're not supported year by year by government tax dollars. We depend on donors. And we also get a small allotment from our Visitors Bureau to keep us going. And we are the group that's responsible for building the Heritage Rail Trail. And right now, our new project is building the Hanover Trolley Trail. So we're always on the forefront of the new miles of trails.
Well, and you know, I'm a downtown York resident, so I very much appreciate the northern extension and the connections that have been made there. We have, you know, if I get on at Pershing Avenue, I have the now opportunity to go left towards the tunnel, or I can go right towards the northern extension, and both of those views are absolutely incredible. So thank you so much for all the work on that. But talk to us a little bit about Hanover and the project out there.
Yes, and what we have there is it was an electric utility, and then we had an opportunity to buy a railroad. And between those 2 corridors, the electric utility and the railroad corridor that we bought, we are working to connect Hanover to Spring Grove right now. We're under construction in Heidelberg Township. We already have about maybe 6 miles on the ground, and each year we try and add a mile or 2 to that. But that eventually will go from Spring Grove. Our goal is to get into the city of York, either by connecting directly into the city of York or by connecting to the Heritage Rail Trail, which then will take you into the city of York. So our goal is to have everything connected, but to give all of our visitors options as to whether they want to go north, south, east, or west.
I love that.
In any direction, they'll be able to get something beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, and it gets you're highlighting parts of the county that otherwise people wouldn't be able to directly interact with, which I think is awesome. You know, the Rail Trail Authority, predominantly a volunteer-led effort. Couldn't do it without the volunteers. I love on your Give Local page, you know, you've got a $25 tier, which provides 3 to 5 native plants to beautify a section of the trail, $50 towards signage, $100 towards bench or picnic shelters, $500 for stone for retrails to that subsurface, right? Because it's not a one and done thing. There's constant maintenance that is needed. That is needed on that trail. You know, if people want to either volunteer or help with the Rail Trail Authority's work, I'm sure that you definitely would welcome that. How can people learn more about your organization? How can they interact with you other than doing what I do, which is post photos on social media and tag the Rail Trail Authority? That's about as much as I contribute. So I'm committing. I'm here to volunteer. Tell me what I need to do.
That helps. That helps. The thing that's most exciting is we launched a new website just a week ago, and it's very interactive. It lists all the different ways you can volunteer. Probably the best way to volunteer is to become a donor, but then to get involved, we have a lot of committees. And a lot of what we do is committee work and making very important decisions as to where we're going to build trail, how much we're going to build, and when we're going to have the finances in place to build certain sections. The trail development, new trail development happens as fast as funding is provided to us. So that's the best way. That's the best way is to visit that new website, get involved in the website, and then click on that, contact us, and perhaps serve on a committee, help us make those important decisions.
And that is yorkcountytrails.org, correct?
Exactly. Very simple website.
Awesome. Well, Gwen, thank you so much for your time today. I see you have your helmets on. Are you hitting the trail right after our conversation?
It is fantastic out there. It is gorgeous. And people are pulling into the parking lot. This is my friend Paul.
Hey, Paul.
And Paul, yeah.
I moved specifically down to York for the trail.
Is that true?
So
Did you really?
Every day. Yes.
Well, welcome to York, Paul.
Okay.
All right, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Best of luck today.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Goodbye. You did it, dear. Fantastic.
Oh my goodness. I couldn't wear my sock.
All right, we are back. Give Local York 2024, $930,000 raised, 3,252 donors, 311 organizations, just under 5,000 gifts. And I am excited because on the other side of this camera are my favorite participants in Give Local York, animals. I love interacting with our dog and cat friends and our dog and cat nonprofits here in York. Right now, we are joined by 4 Paws for a Cause. Is that correct?
Yes.
Beautiful. All right. Now, I admittedly, I got Diesel and Rock's names, but I didn't catch your guys' names. So,
Ron.
Ron?
My name's Joey.
Ron and Joey. All right, guys, this is your second year participating in Give Local. We're going to get a dog cam floating around here to see these beautiful friends. But tell us a little bit about your organization.
We help people train their own service dogs for free. We do it a little different than other organizations. We actually take your dog and you to help build the bond as they learn to be your service dog and take care of your problems individually. So we break that down on an individual basis versus us train a dog and hand it to you.
Right.
This way that you're bonding from the very beginning.
You're a part of that process.
We're both trainers.
That's
I'm
awesome.
also the vice president of Paws for a Cause.
That's great. So can you talk a little bit about the history of this organization and how you got started?
We've been working for about 3 years at this. We were part of another program.
Okay.
And we had some people that weren't veterans that needed the help. So we ended up starting our own so that we could accept everybody because we saw such a need out in the community that people needed this.
So you're predominantly focused individuals with disabilities over the age of 18, correct?
Yes.
So the process, very innovative. You're side by side with them as they're training their dogs. How did that strategy come to be? Because that is a little unique, but I think that long term, that's an excellent approach.
So when you're in the market for realizing that your life could be better with a service dog, depending on your disability, you go and look, and it can be anywhere from a couple of few thousands to 30,000, 50,000 to have this trained dog. When John Snake Schroll and Cover 6, the program that they were part of, we're always working with military. They also saw the need for non-military. And that's where, when you see such a need happening, Four Paws was born out of that, to give a free service for people to have a service dog. And that's how I found it. I, for sure, needed a service dog. I felt like my life would be better with my social anxiety. I don't have a child to buffer me in the world. So how do I get a service dog? And I knew that if I need a service dog, I feel that there's probably other people that need a service dog, but we can't afford it. And that's where the heart of volunteers and people in the community have the same heart, to see people who can't afford a $30,000 service dog to be able to train it themselves.
So can you talk, if you don't mind, because we've got a beautiful shot here, can you talk a little bit about the relationship that you've built with your dog?
Well, for me, with my dog, when my dog came to me, I felt it was a really good bond. And I went somewhere, and it was hot, it's summer, and I'm a very forgetful person. So one of the most scariest things for me is to leave my dog in the car. And so a professional invited me in. I saw how my dog was just so relaxed, and then I thought of like, oh wow, he could actually do that, because I didn't think of his breed was more geared towards service dogs. When you learn about service dogs, you learn about just specific breeds. That's not part of Four Paws. We take in all breeds. There's not a specific breed. There's no restrictions of breeds. We have from 3-pound dogs up to a 150-pound dog, creating bonds and helping people with disabilities. That's
awesome. So you guys are just under halfway to your goal already, which is incredible. $3,290 raised. You have a $7,500 goal, 36 donors. This is your second year participating in Give Local. I believe this is one of your biggest fundraisers throughout the year. So how important is Give Local? How important are those funds to be able to do this work in the community?
They're huge. That's how we stay in business, is with the funds that we get. We buy all our leads and our ICL, instant correction leads, for our dogs with the funds we get. We buy the vests for our people with the vests. All the money we get goes right back into the organization, to the people. The volunteers don't get anything, but all the people that come, they get it back. And I think that's huge in it. As far as the dogs, they said we train dogs, but we were actually training people, to be honest with you. Because you're training the people to be with their dog and pick up on the cues, because dogs can teach you about anything if you can pay attention to what they're trying to tell you. Like if you're zoning out, some people have PTSD and you go into another world, the dog can come and touch or push to bring you back to reality. They can check your sugar for you, tell you if you're high or low. So we put those for each individual's needs of what you need for your dog to do. If you need a brace for your back, we'll teach your dog to brace for you. About anything that anybody needs, we can train the dog to do for you.
Well, I absolutely love it. These guys are so fun. They're so chill right now. They're enjoying basking in the sun, I think, here. If people want to find more information about your organization, whether they just want to volunteer and learn more, donate, or if they're interested in becoming a part of the program, what's the best way to interact with you
Just
guys?
go online, type in 4 Paws for a cause. You'll come right to our website, and you can get directly in contact with us.
Awesome. Well, guys, I really appreciate it. You guys are also a part of the Memorial Health Fund stretch pool. You've got a bunch of fundraisers out there doing some great work. Gary and Christmas have raised $650. Bryn and Opie have raised $300. Jen and Nike, $150. Absolutely incredible. It looks like you guys are well on your way to hitting your goal. So congratulations, and thanks for your time today.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Have a good one.
Give Local York 2024 is made possible by the support of our generous sponsors. Our Give Local York host is the White Rose Leadership Institute. Our presenting sponsor is Giant. Our stretch pool supporters include the Arthur J. and Lee R. Glatfelder Foundation, Pulo Family Fund, Glatfelder Insurance Group, United Way of York County, Cultural Alliance, York County Community Foundation, Memorial Health Fund, Stewart Companies, M&T Bank, Tito's Handmade Vodka, Rogers & Associates, Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania, Republic Services, UPMC, PNC, and Utz Brands. Our Big Give Party sponsor is Rock Commercial Real Estate. Our Stephanie Seaton Scholarship sponsor is White Rose Credit Union. Our kickoff and finale sponsor is WellSpan Health. Our event sponsors include the Yorktown Hotel, Powder Mill Foundation, People's Bank, Wagman, McConkey, Highmark, Univest, CGA Law Firm, Shipley Energy, Graham Group, and Walmart. Our prize sponsors include Fulton Bank, Pennsylvania College of Art and Design, Explore York, First Capital Federal Credit Union, CS Davidson Inc., York Revolution, Members First FCU, Vasio, People's Bank, ACNB Bank, York County Community Foundation, Grit, SEC CPAs and Advisors, Steve and Jen Tansey, Southwire, Financial Advisory Group, Wagman, CNS Wholesale Grocers, CGA Law Firm, OSS Health, Core Design Group, Working Progress, Highwire Improv, and Jonathan M. Desmaris. Our media partners include Fox 43, Warm 103.3, ABC 27 WHTM, News Talk 93.9, 96.1 SOX, and the York Daily Record. Our event partners include RKL, Lamar, To the T Outfitters, Ansat Communications, I Am Here LLC, Weary Arts Group, and Assorted Studios.
Well, that was a great rundown of all of the sponsors for Give Local York 2024. Quick snapshot, we are at $951,000 raised for 312 organizations. Since the last time I said this, we gained an organization with donors, 3,377 individual donors, over 5,000 gifts. Just shy of $1 million, guys. We're doing it. Give Local York 2024. I am joined right now by two folks that wear many hats. Right now, they're going to talk to us about York Fringe Festival, which is returning for 2024, but I don't want to spoil all the fun. Let's introduce Karen and JJ. How's it going, guys?
It's going great.
Well, welcome. I love the Give Local shirt. I love the Fringe Festival shirt. Quick note on the Fringe Festival shirt, 2017 is when the Fringe Festival started. Coming back for 2024. Karen, if people are not familiar with Fringe, what's Fringe all about?
Yeah, we are so excited to come back. Fringe is all about the live arts in the city of York. So we do a 5-day festival every August. We took a few years off there with COVID and everything, but we're excited to be back. And the festival highlights everything from theater, dance, music, comedy, magic. We've got it all.
Yep, magic is always my favorite part. If people are not familiar with Fringe festivals, the York Fringe Festival doesn't exist in a vacuum. This is part of a worldwide effort of Fringe festivals across the world. Can you talk a little bit about that and how Fringe in York sort of came to be?
Absolutely. So the first Fringe Festival was in Edinburgh, Scotland. And from there, they just sort of multiplied across the globe. The idea was that there was a performing arts festival happening in the city of Edinburgh, and there were people locally that were excluded from participating, and so they decided to do their own festival on the fringe of what was happening. And that idea has sort of just taken off. Yeah. As a college student, I got to participate in the Philadelphia Fringe Festival, and so when I came back to York, I talked it up a little bit and was lucky enough to find some folks that thought it was a cool idea to help me out.
Well, Jess Ensminger is excited that the Fringe Festival is coming back. We're excited too, Jess. JJ, can you talk? Karen mentioned that Fringe took a little hiatus over COVID, like many events did. So can you talk a little bit about how important it is for these events to start trickling back in and really making an impact here in our community?
Absolutely. I mean, the arts are what make life worth living, So this is a good way to connect with the community. Excuse me, to give voice to people that may not have a venue to do their performances and their productions otherwise.
Yeah. So so far, York Fringe raising $700. We're in 2024. Can you talk to us a little bit about what Fringe in 2024 will look like and what the future holds?
Yeah, so we are wrapping up our application period right now, so I don't have a full understanding of who all will be participating, but we have some really great acts, some returning acts that we're excited about coming from Chicago and Philly and DC, and a lot of your local favorites as well. So you'll see things happening all over the city, and we're excited this year to be part of York Arts Week as well.
So I think one of the best parts of Fringe is that it's live arts, but it's also utilizing underutilized or never before utilized venues. That's always one of my favorite parts of Fringe. How important is it to break from just associating live arts with theaters and being able to put live arts either on the street or in venues that people may not be familiar with.
Yeah, I think it's super important because part of what Fringe is all about is interacting with the audience and being a little quirky and weird. Yeah. And so being in spaces where the audience can interact with performers in a different way is really important to us. Plus, we are really big fans of the city of York. And so bringing people into the city and visiting restaurants and stores and all of that they maybe haven't been to before is part of why we do this.
Now, Fringe, part of the Cultural Arts Alliance match, which we're very excited about. I see a lot of good donations coming in here. If people want to learn more about Fringe, where can they go? And you said the application period's still open?
It is for another day or two.
For another day or two. All right, perfect.
Yep. So the application is going to be up for another couple of days, and if they want to learn more, they can go to yorkfringe.org, or they can visit the En Route website. York Fringe is really excited this year to be part of the En Route suite of programming. So we'll be working with some of our sister
events.
Yeah. Story Slam, Cable House, that sort of thing.
Well, Philip, Karen was talking about some of our York favorites. You guys are two of my York favorites, seriously.
Thanks, Joe.
If you see or the background of our shot all day long here, Philip, you're going to see Karen is going to be running around all day. She brought us unbelievable. How good were those snacks, Philip?
So good. I need a cookie shortly.
I've got the cookies right here. And of course, JJ was working the puppy cam a few minutes ago.
That's probably what started me coughing, actually. I'm allergic to dogs and I just can't stay away.
Every year, JJ texts me the day after Give Local. She's like, I'm allergic to dogs, right? And I'm like, yes, but JJ is just the perfect person to help out with things. She even stopped back at the hotel and grabbed stuff that I forgot and brought it over to me this morning. You guys are just saints, and Give Local York wouldn't be possible without the two of you guys. So I really appreciate you guys. Get me tearing up at 8:30 in the morning.
Oh, my.
PG.
Chris, real quick, before we let Karen and JJ go, JJ, if you're able, can you talk a little bit about how important volunteers are to events like this? Fringe, especially with how spread out it is, volunteers are more important now than ever. You have plenty of events that need volunteers for. So for folks listening at home, how can they volunteer? Why is volunteering important? Attending events, purchasing tickets, absolutely important. Volunteering for events, in some ways, more important. They wouldn't happen without those volunteers.
Phil, thank you for bringing that up because that's always been an issue. And I think since the pandemic, it's become a much bigger issue. We can't run these events without the manpower, and with a multi-venue festival, we can only be in one place at a time. So yeah, volunteers are critical. We also have rebuilt our board after this hiatus, and so we are building up a new committee structure. So if you're interested in planning or having a say in sort of the logistics of things and how the festival goes, there's plenty of work to be done between now and August, as well as those day of hands there on the day of the events.
Awesome. Well, if people will go to the website, find out about York Fringe, more importantly, follow along on social media. Stay tuned for all of the awesome visuals coming out of Fringe in August. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, Chris, you shut my mic off.
No, these are what the kids grew. So this year I don't have as cool visuals, but I brought you guys sugar.
I love it. All right, we are back. We are live. $966,000 raised for 312 organizations. one of those organizations that I am always excited to talk to has been participating in Give Local York for 5 years, a constant member of the York community, Salvation Army. Brittany, how are you? How's it going? I love your sweatshirt. I love to learn more about what you've got in front of you. But first, Salvation Army, Give Local York, do you have any goals this year?
You know, just to raise money and support our summer day camp. York County is always so good to us, so we're excited to see what we can accomplish this year.
Yeah. You know, I talked to Habitat for Humanity earlier today, and I think you and I have had this conversation before. Organizations like Habitat, like Salvation Army, have very visible, a very visible presence in the York community. Everybody's familiar with the bell ringers. Everybody's familiar with the stores, right?
Yep.
But the work and the programming that you do behind the scenes, and in some ways, the store and the bell ringers are a fundraising vehicle. Give Local York is a fundraising vehicle for the work that you do. So can you paint a snapshot of the Salvation Army in York for people?
Yeah, so when you're a national organization, there's a lot of presence around you, a lot of branding. But here, what we do here in York is our own thing.
Yeah.
And so we all have the same mission, but what we do here in York is we provide social services and youth programs to York County. From anywhere from Red Line to Doylestown to Central to Dover to Dillsburg to Shrewsbury.
Yep.
Wherever there's a need, we're going to serve it.
Yep.
Whether that's through our family services, utilities, food pantry, or if it's through our youth programs like summer day camp or after school program.
Yeah, so let's dive into the summer day camp.
Yes.
Absolutely incredible. A day like this has me wanting for a summer day camp. So
Yes.
tell us about the day camp. I know that that's critical to the Give Local York funding. So yeah, tell us about the day camp.
Yeah, so we host 80 campers, ages 6 to 13, all throughout York County. We have 6 weeks of on-site summer day camp down at 50 East King Street. And so for 6 weeks, Monday through Friday, from 8:30 to 3:30, we provide them breakfast, lunch, tons and tons of snacks. They're always hungry. They get to go swimming twice a week at the YM because we have a partnership there. They get to go roller skating once a week. We do weekly field trips, Lake Tobias. We come down to the York Rev's beautiful stadium for summer day camp day. I do not chaperone that one because that's just too much. I send someone else. But we do really great things throughout the thing. They also do a lot with STEAM. So there's a lot of art opportunity. And then there's also a lot of science, technology, engineering, and math that we do.
Well, and a lot of this, so if you're following along, go to givelocalyork.org, search for Salvation Army. First of all, $4,000 raised so far.
That's awesome.
Incredible. Congratulations.
Absolutely. Yep.
But
Thank you.
Real quick, just a rundown, you know, $15, you're providing an afternoon snack for some of the campers.
Yeah.
$30 roller skating for 10 kids. $50 crafts for the week, as Brittany said. $100 sunscreen, absolutely critical on sunny days like this. Bug spray, first aid kits. $300 an afternoon of swimming. And at the $1,000 level, you're sponsoring a field trip for these kids. So let's talk about, and I want to learn more about.
My interesting visuals?
Yeah, I want to learn more about the visuals. But before we do that, real quick, you know, how important is access to this camp and these programs for these kids? These kids having a great time at your camp. How important is that?
Yeah, it is crucial. We charge $200 for the 6 weeks. For a child to come to camp. And then if there's a sibling in the household, we have a sliding scale. So it just goes down. We want to be, there's so many great programs out there, but we want to be one of the most affordable for families so they know their kids are safe, but also learning. You know, we have the kids attend our learning center twice a week. And so this summer, I'm so jealous. They get to do forensics.
Wow.
They get to learn about DNA and fingerprints, and they get to like solve mysteries.
That's awesome.
And that's the theme, is like discovering mysteries and how they work. And so I asked if I could, you know, sign up, but I said I was told I was not in the age limit.
Yeah.
And so I was told I have to find money instead. So that's what I'm doing.
Well, awesome. Let me learn about those visuals. That
Yeah, so one of the things we do is we have a great partnership with Penn State Master Gardeners in 4-H. And so our kids learn really cool things outside of the traditional classroom, like recycling their paper. So they took a bunch of recycled paper, they chopped it up, they put it in a blender, they did all these really cool things, and then it dried. And so I brought a sample, and so once it dries and you take it off, the kids actually like made their own paper.
That is so cool.
And that is like super cool.
Can you hold it? Can you show that into this camera?
Yeah.
Right, look at that.
So it's like you can actually like write on it and stuff. It's like really cool. And then this thing. I forgot to water it, which is why it looks dead. But I picked it. I picked it yesterday out of our garden, and this is actually the root. Like kids, they actually like planted radishes.
That's awesome.
And so, fun fact: apparently, if you don't grow a radish, it's okay. It does really other cool things like blooms into flowers and pea pods, which apparently taste like pepper. I accidentally tried it. It was peppery, but it's really cool because it's showing the kids that even if you don't get the results that you wanted, something else great came of it, which is great for pollination and for growth of gardens. So they learn really cool things in our program, and we're really so blessed for York County. We have so many different fundraisers throughout the year, so we know we're asking a lot, but it all supports our summer day camp, and we really are grateful for that.
It's great. It's a great time to support Summer Day Camp. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for what you do for the kids in our community. If people want to learn more about the camp program, information on your website?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Website is?
www.salvationarmyyork.org.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you for the gummy worms. I'm going to dig into
Thank you.
those
I know.
very soon.
Last year I brought worms, and that was like way cooler, but the paper is pretty cool.
The paper is very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Brittany knows I'm not going to jump in without saying too how much I love the Salvation Army.
We love you too.
You guys are the best.
Yeah.
So thank you for all the great work that you do.
Yeah,
and thanks for
thank
the
you.
worms. Yeah, she really did bring
Yeah,
worms.
I really did. This year I brought you edible ones.
So wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for being
You're
here.
welcome.
We really appreciate
Thank you
it.
for what you guys do.
Thanks.
We'll be back in 35 seconds. Sorry, Megan. Hold on one second. I just blew the whole surprise.
Oh, no. All right. So, Chris, we are joined by Megan Given and Bob Pulo. I can see Bob behind her there as we approach the $1 million raised for Give Local York 2024. Megan, how's it going up there at the Yorktown Hotel?
Oh, we are hanging in. I don't even know, we're about halfway through. And we are not napped. We are getting caffeinated, and we're doing various interviews and walking all around. So we've got a lot going on here.
Awesome. Well, we are about to cross
away from the room, so I can't even see the thing.
Yeah,
So I don't know where we're going.
Well, I'll let you know as it comes in here. We're going to hit it very, very soon. Real quick, that first 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. hour smashed 2023 by over $80,000. I even saw in the 2 a.m., which is legendary for being a slower hour, found lots of success, lots of individual donors. Give Local York has one goal, and that is increasing the number of individual donors this year, correct?
Correct. Always. Right. We want more people giving.
And how important is it that we are talking about these individual donors, the $5, the $10, the $20, the $50, the $100 at a time? That is what drives Give Local York. That is what is most important, right?
That's absolutely what's most important. That's also how these organizations are incentivized. They get more from the stretch pool depending on how many donors they bring in during the day. So we love seeing the money. Look, and here we go. Woo! We love $1 million. Hey, 20 minutes before we did it last year. So we're ahead of schedule here. We of course love seeing those dollars, and we love the confetti, but this is really all about the donors, and it's about getting as many people in York County supporting organizations and causes that they care about.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. You guys are doing great work over there. I have a great conversation ahead with Family First Health and a number of other great organizations in the 8 o'clock hour. We will check in with you later. You guys are crushing it.
Thanks. Bye. You too.
All right.
Thanks, Megan. Oh,
all right. Chris, we are joined in studio with some of my favorite people from one of my favorite organizations, Family First Health. also a 7-year participant in Give Local York. So, Anika, Nicole, welcome. How's it going so far?
It's going great.
Great.
We got a strong start to our day, so we're excited.
Well, I am always excited to talk to Family First Health. I'm excited to learn more about what you have been up to. I'm pulling up your page right here. So if you're following along, givelocalyork.org, search for Family First Health. $4,525 raised so far. So talk to us a little bit about what Family First Health has been up to the last year. I want to learn more about the beautiful facility that you've got in the signage right behind you too.
Yeah, so Family First Health has been working really hard this past year in a lot of areas. We know that our healthcare systems were really impacted through the pandemic. So one of the areas that we have really leaned in hard is through school-based health. We have a health center inside Hannah-Penn K-8 school in York City. And we are excited to be opening a new school-based health center inside William Penn Senior High School this fall.
Yep.
So the rendering behind us is what we anticipate that waiting area inside William Penn Senior High School will look like to serve our 9th through 12th graders in York City.
I love it. Can we talk a little bit about how a school-based health program works and what that looks like on a daily basis for our York City students?
Sure, I'm going to let Nicole answer that.
Absolutely. So at our Hannah-Penn Center, we are a full-service comprehensive primary care office, and it will be the same at William Penn as well. Our Hannah-Penn Center has an exterior door, so we're able to serve community members, whereas at the high school, we will be an interior entrance where we'll be serving primarily students. And more than that, we're able to integrate into the school, focus on some of the school's main goals, always with a lens back to encouraging enrollments in our center.
I love it. We're going to watch a quick video that we've got here, and then when we come back, I want to hear a little bit about the impact, that you've seen at Hannah-Penn throughout the years and what you anticipate at William Penn. But let's watch that video quick.
Being embedded as a healthcare provider in a school gives us this special opportunity to be in a place every day that's already a destination. It's already a part of the students' and families' lives.
It gives the parents an opportunity to not have to take off work, to be able to have the students leave class just for their appointment and then return to class. It's hard to learn when you're not well.
I love that. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about Hannah-Penn, and then switching to the high school. Why William Penn and why now? Why is that important? So yeah, let's talk about the impact a little bit.
So at Hannah-Penn, I think what we're able to see is just over the years we've built rapport with the community, with family members, with some of the integration work that we're able to do within the school and kind of outside of our clinical space. We can build relationships with students so that they feel comfortable with engaging in us and our healthcare, but also understanding how they can be empowered to take their health into their own hands. And we're able to do that. Hannah-Penn is a pre-K through 8, and now at William Penn we'll be able to kind of continue that continuum to the 9th through 12th graders.
Philip, I'm so sorry to interrupt. I want to acknowledge a lot of our you have some super fans watching. There are literally so many comments that I wanted to make sure that you guys clearly invited your fans to come watch. Kevin Jackson says, such important work. Go Family First Health. Samantha Dorm says, thank you, Family First Health. Jess Ensmiger says, hi, Annika and Nicole. We love Family First Health. And Kevin Jackson says, my faves. Courtney Lewis says, yay, Family First Health, a tremendous asset to the community. So Kimberly Horton Soderberg says, way to go, Family First Health. I really did not mean to cut you off. I'm so sorry about that.
Well, it's clear, obviously, fans in the community, but it's a testament to the impact that Family First Health has had. So real quick, before we wrap up, why William Penn now? Why the timing now? Let's strike while the iron's hot. I agree, but why is it most important right now?
Well, as Nicole shared, our health center at Hannah-Penn K-8 allows us to serve pre-K through 8. Yep. We realize some of the challenges that our adolescents are facing broadly, not just in York City, everywhere. And so being able to extend that continuum through adolescents and really engage them more deeply in their health is important. We have more than 30 years of partnership with the school district of the city of York and a really phenomenal relationship And so this partnership, this just kind of happened organically. The district saw a need, and they saw us as a strong partner, and we were excited to step into that space and continue deepening our partnership with them to serve the students. So the one thing I want people to understand is that, you know, we will be able to serve the students during the school day. They can come down during the day, be seen independently, so that they don't lose as much time from school because of health-related issues or even preventative care.
We want to say thank you guys so much for being here, and we're so happy that you were here for that $1 million mark. What a
Yes.
wonderful organization to be representative of that milestone, Philip. We've got 2 more great organizations to squeeze into this hour, PG, so we're going to say thank you guys so much for being here, and stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you.
Many people who are incarcerated, whether they're in the county prison, the state prison, or the federal prison, everyone has one thing in common, and that's to seek freedom, right? So, and to seek freedom is to seek a different opportunity. Bro2Go will provide that opportunity. There's not an if, and, or but about it. We will provide that opportunity.
Video. Really excited to have you on today. First of all, love your shirts.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. See that?
Love the energy with the shirt. Second year participating in Give Local York. For those that may not be familiar with Bro2Go and the great work, Delane, tell us a little bit about the organization, how it started, and what it is today.
So Bro2Go is literally everything centered around re-entry and at-risk youth. I'm the founder and CEO of Bro2Go, started in 2017 to help re-entrants and at-risk youth, which is what Give Local is about today for us. All of our money that we raise goes directly to Bro2Go Junior programming for at-risk youth.
Awesome. Karan, talk to us about what Bro2Go means for these kids and what it means for the community, what it means for you.
Bro2Go means the world to me. My late father, he did a lot of mentoring work, so for me, I feel like I'm stepping right in his shoes. I feel like the community that we have right now could use a lot of intensive mentoring with the children that we have. So we offer a lot of things like one-on-one extensives. We take the kids on a lot of trips, field trips, just to give them a different view than York City. Nothing that is wrong with the city, but
Sure.
just to expand the mindset sometimes.
Well, and I don't know if you heard my conversation with the rail trail. I live in the city, and I think that it's crazy to me what a 5-minute walk out of the city can expose you to, right?
Yes,
what a
definitely.
10 or 15-minute drive out of the city, and many of our kids don't have that opportunity.
Right.
You guys have a $10,000 goal this year, doing great so far, a good number of donors. So why is Give Local York important for the work that you're able to do?
Well, I believe it's important for the work that just not Bro2Go does, but all of these organizations. People don't recognize that organizations it takes money to do what we do to get the work done. You know, we have kids that we're providing basic needs for: clothes, sneakers, food, everything that a lot of these kids don't have that live in Alice populations. Bro2Go is committed beyond our mission statement to empower, equip, and motivate. And we've been doing it since 2017. We turned 7 years this year. So that's why I Give Local, it's important for me and a lot of other organizations in York. So just don't support Bro2Go, support everyone that's making a difference in their communities.
Karan, you want to talk a little bit about what you guys have going on today? I know you did breakfast. You're doing breakfast this morning. You've got lunch. What's the rest of your day holding?
We have a full day of activities planned down at our office on the down at our office on the corner of Queen and King Street. You cop down there. We're going to be out on the grill today. We're going to have hot dogs, different food for the community. We're going to have some games, different opportunities for kids to just see what we bring to our kids in our group. So hopefully if anybody just wants to stop down and see what we have to offer, we greatly appreciate it.
Awesome. That's 101 South Queen. You've got a mini sneaker keychain activity.
Oh yeah, Kai the Chemist will be there this evening for a Bro2Go kickback. We're going to have music. She's going to show kids how to make keychains, I guess in her scientific way. It's going to be a great day all day. I'll be tired as can be, but it's going to be a long, good day.
All right, guys. So I want to say first, real quick, if you're a nonprofit and you're following along, check out the Bro2Go page on Give Local York. This is how you build out a Give Local York page. It looks absolutely incredible. You guys did a great job. If people want to learn more about Bro2Go, bro2go.org. Follow you on social media as well?
We on Facebook, Instagram, and we're active on it too. We're millennials, so we're very active on social media platforms.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Best of luck. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you guys so much for being here. Best of luck with all this fun stuff today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, Chris, we're going to bring in our last organization in this.
No one should have to choose between feeding their family or heating their home. No one should have to decide if they're going to buy groceries or fill a prescription. But some people make choices like this every day. The Stewartstown Food Pantry provides supplemental food to anyone experiencing food insecurity. Your financial contribution helps us continue to provide for our neighbors so they don't have to choose between basic needs.
We are back with our last organization for the 8 o'clock hour. We're here with Stewartstown Food Pantry, which we just learned a little bit about. We're joined by Terry. Terry, this is your third year participating in Give Local. And we were talking in that last year, the money raised through Give Local covered about 30% of your overall operating expenses, which is great. But we're focused on growth. We're focused on collaboration. So let's learn a little bit about the food pantry and what you guys are up to.
Absolutely. I know you opened with the video, and I have to segue with that because that video is great at showcasing our pantry and why we do what we do. But oh my gosh, is that not the saddest music you ever heard? Which we try, I listen to that, and that is very opposite of what we try to be at the food pantry, and that's why I draw that out. For us, it is very much about, we know that food insecurity, first of all, a lot of people don't recognize it in a small town. It can look very different in our area, and need isn't always as visible. And we have learned over the last 3 years of being a choice food pantry that there is a large need in our area. We serve anyone who comes to us, but many people come to us for a season, right? Something has happened, and they come into a food pantry. A, allows them to maintain a healthy diet, maintain their health, and B, it gives them some margin so they can dig out of whatever situation they're in. We try not to make that be like, oh man, woe is me, man, you'll never get out of this. We want this to be a place where you can come and we give you hope, right? And we prop you up and we give you the strength you need to climb out of whatever hole you're in.
Well, and I love, you know, your page on Give Local leads with, would you rather buy groceries or take your sick child to the doctor? Would you rather buy groceries or fill your prescription? Buy groceries or pay the rent? Buy groceries or pay for your car to be fixed? These are necessities that are sometimes put off because people are so focused on the food insecurity that they face every single day.
Yeah, we just had a lady come to us like this. She was coming to us for several months, and then all of a sudden she showed up about 4 weeks ago, and she gives us this note, and it basically said, it started out, said, thank you for lifting me out of hopelessness and homelessness. And it went on, and she said, you gave me strength. Now I'm strong, now I have courage, now I can stand on my own. And she went on to tell us how, because she was able to come to the food pantry, she could then pay off her car. Now she's got that money to buy food, and it makes you feel good about what you're doing.
Yeah, for sure. I know that we want to talk a little bit about collaboration and you know, food pantries like yourself obviously rely on donations, both fiscally and the food, rely on volunteer efforts. Let's talk about collaboration and how important that is for your organization.
Oh yeah, because food is just one piece of the puzzle, right, in the basic needs. So I have to give a shout out, first of all, to the housing programs out there, York Habitat. If people who know me know that's one of my favorites. But York Habitat, and then also Affordable Housing Advocates, we're partnering with them as well as several other organizations tonight to throw the Stewartstown Block Party. We work with the Stewartstown Senior Center because along with people who are with us for a season, we also have an awful lot of seniors who come to us that just the dollars they get every month aren't enough to stretch.
Yeah.
So we partner with them, the library, you know, and the education that they do, opportunities they provide for our community. So we just look forward. We love Give Local York because it gives us a reason, an opportunity to partner with, you know, to have conversations with these organizations.
Well, and I love the map that you guys have down for Stewartstown for what the block party looks like today is fantastic. Check that out. If they want to learn more about the food pantry, where should they go?
StewartstownFoodPantry.org.
Awesome. Terry, thank you so much. Best of luck today. You guys are going to crush it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Terry.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back, Philip, in just about 60 seconds
Beautiful.
for our 9 a.m. hour. Don't go anywhere.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Thanks, Terry. Kevin, how's it going? You're up first.